was an ambush. You are left in command now, with what few men remain. We've done it before, and we'll do it again. We'll make the company known throughout the land. As long as there is blood coursing through our veins. As long as we can hold sword and shield in hand, there shall stand the Battle Brothers!
Hello, my friends, and welcome to Battle Brothers. Battle Brothers is one of the games I play for me, and I play it because it is brutal. It is. I would say that under some of the scenarios, it is as brutal as Kenshi or Dark Souls. Gotta tell you, if you walk into this unprepared, you are going to be surprised by how quickly you get your face chopped off. We're going to start a new campaign because I think it's easier to just show you guys the game than to try to describe the game. Battle Brothers is a turn-based, squad-based mercenary company game in which you are attempting to build up your mercenary company and their reputation in a procedurally generated world. We have a bunch of different starts available to us. There's a tutorial start in which you're the second in command of a mercenary company chasing a particular criminal, and the leader of your company takes a fatal blow and you are now put in charge. There is a new company which is basically the same thing. It just gets you in there in a hurry without the tutorial stuff. Trading caravan starts you out with 2 or 3 traders and some goods. We have the peasant militia, which is a lot of fun. You have a peasant army of 12 poorly equipped peasants. You can have up to 16 men on your roster, and you are not allowed to hire any knights or highly advanced people. All of your men must be peasants. We have Band of Poachers, which is 3 archers who have decided to become mercenaries. Lots of fun. We have the Oath Takers, which are basically paladins. You have a pair of paladins. You have a group of deserters who begin in hostile territory because they've abandoned the army they were serving. They now have a price on their head, and it's a pretty brutal start. However, the cool thing about it is you have one entire faction that is considered to be your enemy, which means their trade caravans and peasants and things are free to attack at your leisure. We have the Northern Raiders, which are basically Sumerians. They are barbarians coming from the north, and usually all but one faction are hostile to them. We have the Anatomists and Dovkul cultists and Beast Slayers and the Lone Wolf, which is a single hedge knight starting out with some decent equipment and weapon. But he is by himself and can only have 12 people in the group. So there's all kinds of stuff that it can be. And then we have a random option. Today I am thinking Lone Wolf, Deserters, Peasant Militia. And we are going to determine that with a toss of the dice, in which it will be 1 and 2 is Peasant Militia, 3 and 4 is going to be Deserters, and 5 and 6 will be Lone Wolf. Let's do it. And we have Lone Wolf. All right, so we will be getting Lone Wolf. You've been traveling alone for a long time, taking part in tourneys and sparring with young nobles. A hedge knight tall as a tree, you never needed anybody for long. Is it still true? Lone Wolf. Start with a single experienced hedge knight and great equipment, but low funds. Elite few can never have more than 12 men in your roster. Avatar. If your hedge knight dies, the campaign ends. All right, let's do that. Then we need to name our company. Why not? We'll call them the Lone Wolves. It's a conundrum. We can choose our banner here. We've got lots of different banners available. I like that right there. That's a pretty nifty looking banner. We'll go with that. Except it's a dragon, not a wolf. Do we have any wolf anything here? I don't recall. There's a boar, a bear, a griffin. Oh, I got an idea. Ha ha ha. There we go. We shall be the dead rabbits. And there, because there's the rabbit foot there. All right, and so in the late game, there is a crisis. There are 3 different crises available. Nobles at War, in which the different kingdoms will go to war with each other. The Greenskin Invasion, which is orcs and goblins invading. And the Undead Scourge. And again, 1-2 for Nobles at War. 3-4 for Greenskin Invasion. And 5-6 for Undead Scourge. We have Nobles at War. All right. The reason I don't leave it to random is because it seems like it's supposed to be random, but I get Greenskin Invasion every time. I don't know what that's about. Permanent destruction means if a location, a POI, is defeated and destroyed, it remains destroyed. Oh, let's go. All right, we're going to leave all of this on the defaults. There's our map seed. You know what? We'll do that. Dead rabbits. And an unexplored map is basically what you have is fog of war over the entire map except for the starting location. And quite frankly, I don't want to deal with that today. So let's hit start and let's make this thing happen. Use war dogs to hunt down elusive or fleeing enemies. All right, here we go. The Lone Wolf. You walk the stands of a jousting arena. Moldy fruits and vegetables litter the floor. Dried blood freckles the seats, and silence fills the air. When you sit, the wood of the place seems to groan in unison, as though discomfited by the haunt of a rare visitor. In your hands is a note, looking for hardy men, knowledgeable of the sword preferred, but all welcome. It is an old note, its purpose long since served, but what draws your eye is the price offered to the task. More crowns than you can muster in 5 tournaments. If this is going to be earned, then to hell with the jousts and the sparring. You're not one to suit up for some other captain's orders. With all that you've earned over the years, you imagine you could start your own mercenary band just fine. And that's what I'll do. All right, let's talk a little bit about the interface here while we're paused. Up here at the left, we have our crowns, which is our money. We have our provisions, our tools and supplies, ammunition, and medical supplies. The tools and supplies, as well as the medical supplies, are used while camping to heal outside of battle, as well as fix weapons and armor. Here on the right side, we have the button to go to our roster of troops. We have a button that will set the camera on us in the exact view we have right now with our character at the center with this level of zoom. This locks the camera onto him, so as he moves, the camera will follow him. This turns on and off footprints, which are used to track enemies and tell a lot about what's going on in the world around you as far as other beings at work there. And this is the camp button. We click this and he will immediately begin to camp. Then we have obituary, where we can see a list of people who have died in our service. We have factions and relations, which will demonstrate our renown as well as our reputation, and then the various houses, because there's usually 3 kingdoms on a map. Where we stand with those, we're neutral with all of them. And then lastly, this will open the same menu as if we hit the escape button, which of course has all the stuffs, saving campaigns, loading campaigns, options, and all of that type of thing. Here in the center, it shows the day it is, the time of day. We have a sundial here to show day and night cycle, pause, play, and double time. And that's pretty much the size of it. What we're going to do is we are going to come up here and click on the roster. And here we have our character, Ulfert the Lone Wolf. And we can name him anything we want. We can come up here and click. And he's not going to be Ulfert. He's going to be Wilhelm. Because I am a William. And Wilhelm is as close as it gets. And the Lone Wolf... He shall not be the lone wolf, he shall be the lone rabbit, because it's the dead rabbits. The little yellow arrow here indicates that he has some levels available to him. Looks like 3 levels, because we have 3 perks here. And the little face there demonstrates his mood. White means neutral, green means happy, and degrees of yellow, orange, red means unhappy. He is armed with a longsword, a 2-handed longsword, which is actually worth a fair amount. He's got some good equipment, and it has some interesting attacks associated with it. He's got some good armor, some very good armor. Long leather coat reinforced with metal plates worn over a sturdy mail hauberk. And he's got some bandages, which we're going to drop in there so that he can use those in battle if he starts bleeding. He's got some food with him. Down here, we have the various attacks available with his longsword, as well as the ability to use the bandages. And these are his hidden characteristics. So his background is as a hedge knight. A wandering hedge knight, you were a veteran of jousting and sparring tournaments. You were also a veteran of victory. 'Tis a scary thought for many. But if it were anything at all that turned your eye towards mercenary work, it was boredom. Outwardly, you state it is for the coin, but a part of you knows it's also for the company. Player character. This is your player character, or in other words, yourself. If he dies, your campaign ends. You can't dismiss him, and he'll never desert you. Plus 10 resolve. Resolve is your bravery in battle, basically. Brute, not one for delicate attacks. This character will use full force for additional damage when striking an opponent's head in melee at the expense of some accuracy. Plus 15% damage on a hit to the head, minus 5 melee skill. And these are all his skills here, and we'll go over those in just a moment here when we level him. And right now he is content. So we're going to go ahead and click on him. We're going to come here to perks. And the way the perks work is they come in echelons. All right. And as soon as you take a perk in one echelon, the next echelon opens up. And basically, that's the way it works. Now, there are lots and lots of perks here, and it'd take a lot of time to go over all of them. This allows you to become more accurate with each attempt to hit an opponent. This makes you more likely to do a crippling strike. This gives you 25% more hit points. This gives you a small chance to avoid a death blow. This gives you a little more carrying capacity. Pathfinder makes it easier for you to move over rough terrain. Adrenaline causes you to go first in the next round. Recover allows you to just do exactly that. Spend a turn recovering your stamina. And student means you learn things 20% faster. I am actually going to take Pathfinder to make it easier for him to move across rough terrain. For him, it will make a big difference. So that is our first perk. The second row of perks now opens up, and we have a whole bunch of them. And the one that I'm going to go is Gifted, because that's going to give me an extra level of stat to work with. And then we have a third one available, and I'm going to choose Rotation, which will allow me to switch him out with another character without penalty. And having done that, now let's get here to this type. So we have their hit points, we have their maximum fatigue. In other words, basically it's their stamina. It's how long they can go before they tucker out. Resolve is how brave they are in battle. Initiative is at what order they go in a round of combat. We have their melee skill, their range skill, their melee defense skill, and their range defense skill. I'm going to up his melee skill, and I'm going to up his melee defense. Now you'll notice here it says +4, +4, +4, +5, etc. Every time you level the character, there will be a random number generated for each of these locations. Okay? And so this time there's +4, but it could have just as easily been +1. Anytime you see little stars associated with the skill, it means that it's going to add a certain amount to whatever the random roll is, up to a maximum of 5. And so here with the 3 stars, it means this rolled a 1, but we got those 3 stars added. This rolled, let's see, I think this one would have been also a 1. That's up to a 3. But hit points or resolve. His resolve is not bad, but it's not good either. His hit points, he can do a stand-up fight for a bit. So I think I'm going to raise his resolve like that. But we're going to get to do this multiple times because of, number one, we had 3 levels, and then this perk gave us another level. So we're going to be able to get a good crank on his stats. And again, melee skill, melee defense, because he's going to be primary melee troop. And his resolve's up to 50, so this time I'm going to add it to his health, and we'll have 1 more. This is the extra level that we got. So we've been able to get him up to a very nice level. I think what we'll do is we'll raise his resolve again. And there we go. So he is ready to rock and roll. And what we're going to do is come on into Gronenfest. Hello, Gronenfest. Get on in there. There we go. Now, this is a location held by a noble, indicated by the gigantic castle in the background. And this is where we would normally have contracts located. And you will note that it is locked. It's because we have to impress a noble before he's willing to give us work. But we've got a number of different buildings here. There's a tavern back here. There's a weaponsmith. Here we have an armorer. This is the marketplace. These are hireable troops. And this is a training hall. We're going to go to the hireable troops. We've got 1,250 crowns available to us. In a noble's location, you will often find very high-quality troops available to you, but also very expensive troops. So we're going to fill our ranks with some lower-end troops at this point, simply because it's all we can afford. Each troop will have their picture, what their history is. In this case, this fellow is a mason. Then we will have their unknown character traits. It won't be until we hire them or we spend the money to take a look that we'll find out what their traits are. Right now, I honestly don't care what their traits are because we just need warm bodies to fill the roles. So this is how much it costs to hire them, and this is what we pay them daily. So we've got Gilher the artisan. A good mason is used to physical labor and studying to improve his craft. Let's see. Here's Halston. He's 150. He is a farmhand. Farmhands are used to hard physical labor. Here's Aldemar, who is a miller. A miller is used to physical labor. Bruno the Tepid. He's a rat catcher. Rat catchers need to have quick reflexes to catch their prey. And these guys are just beyond our reach. So I am going to hire Giselher the artisan. Raised by a guild of tradesmen, Giselher's swift ascent through the field of masonry was of little surprise, but when a lord demanded he build a horrific dungeon, the mason refused. Now he's banished from ever laying a brick again. Putting down his hammer and chisel for a hammer and sharpened chisel called a sword, Giselher now works in the field of mercenaries. So we're going to hire him. That's 150. Halsten is a farmer. Farmers are not a bad bet usually. They're usually fairly tough. A farmer hates to see his land fertilized in blood, but that's becoming more and more common these days. Halston worked as a farmhand for a simple homestead. Sadly, his farm was one of the first to be attacked during these trying times. Halston shares a lot in common with draught animals. Just point him the right way. So we're going to hire him. We got 950 left. We've got Aldemar here. Aldemar is a miller. Being a simple fellow, Aldemar did not mind working hard in the mill every day. When he caught his promised wife in bed with another man, he was furious, battering both of them with a hail of blows. His fists were bruised, people were shouting at him, but the only thing he felt was emptiness where once was his heart. As if in a dream, he quickly packed his belongings and set out never to return. Although he does not know the next thing about fighting, Aldemar is eager to sign up with a mercenary company, hooked by the promise of adventure. So there's Aldemar. We've got 820 left. Even though Bruno the Tepid is probably not going to do real well for us, we're going to take a look here. With perhaps misplaced pride, Bruno fashions himself as a man of the sewers. He grew up in Groninfeste, surviving in the alleys, but for cheap entertainment, his father taught him the ways of snaring tiny rodents. But Groninfeste wears on people, and it wore on Bruno like a giant nibbling creature. Trusting his rat whispering skills, Bruno now seeks to put his shriveled nose, odd gnawing habits, and quick but kind of gross hands to better use. So we're going to hire him too. And that's going to leave us 690. And let's take a look at these guys now. So here they are. And some of them will have weapons and some of them won't. So the artisan is unarmed. He is armed. The rat catcher has a net. And he is unarmed. So we're going to have to come up with weapons for all four of these guys. Hopefully we can find something inexpensive to start with. And this guy's in sackcloth, which basically is like 10 defense. These guys at least are in normal clothes, which is 20 defense. But let's go to the marketplace. The weapons and armor in the weapon shop and armory are ungodly expensive, but they're also very, very good. So we're going to have to go to the marketplace and look for some secondhand stuff. Ah, man. Wow, prices are bonkers here. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Well, we got 690 and 4 men to arm. Oh, man. I'm going to buy this pitchfork. And we are going to take Adamar. Is Adamar the farmer? Okay, so each of these guys is going to have possible hidden traits. So this guy right here is the farmer. So we're going to put him in the back row, and we're going to arm him with the pitchfork. The pitchfork can reach 2 full squares. So he'll from the back row, he'll be able to reach past the front row and strike an opponent. It works out really good, and it's a good price for the pitchfork. So we're going to do that. We've got 535 left. And here is an inexpensive bludgeon. 427 left. As much as I hate to do it, I'm going to have to arm 2 of these guys with pig stickers and hope we can get them armed up properly soon. So we're going to give a pig sticker to the rat catcher with his net. We'll give a pig sticker to Aldemar. And this fellow, we're going to give him the bludgeon. All right. Now we need to travel someplace where we can get some work. We've got food for a little bit. We've got some tools and supplies, so they'll start repairing any damaged weapons that we picked up as soon as we start to move. We have no ammunition, but that's all right. We don't have any sort of ranged troops right now at all. And we've got a tiny bit of medical supplies for healing outside of battle. And this is as good a start as we're going to be able to get. I'm going to hit the spacebar deposit. We're going to go up to Tabenmuz. All right. So what we're going to do is zoom in on them so we can follow them. And we'll go up to Tabenmuz and see Okay, we do have a simple contract available. Each contract will have skulls up at the top of it, and the more skulls, the better it pays, and the more dangerous it is. Let's take a look here. Maybe they've got a super cheap hole. Look at that. The day is saved. We're going to pick up that spear and this club. Let's give him the spear. And let's give him the club. And even though we aren't going to get much for them, we'll sell those quick. And let's see what the contract is. A dog is snoring at the feet of Elmer of Tabernus. He leans forward to gently pet the hound behind its ears. I hear you have a nose for finding people, Sellsword, for solving problems. You nod. It's true, after all. Good, good. I have a task for you, a simple one. Something of great value to me has been stolen. My idol of fertility. I need you to track down those who stole it, kill them, obviously, and then bring back the item. Well, what's it worth to you? Rest assured that what I'm offering you now is a fine prize for your work. You'll get 370 crowns when the contract is done. I accept your offer. The contract you negotiated is as follows. Follow the tracks near Tabernus, return the idol of fertility, get 370 crowns upon completion. I accept this contract. So now you'll notice we've got tracks going here. How opaque the tracks are shows how fresh they are. So if these were older tracks, they'd be faded to gray. The size of the tracks indicate the size of the party. This is a fairly substantial party. There's probably 7 guys in that party. We're going to step back inside and just see who's here. Edmund, huh? Edmund and Reimar. They are day tailors. Day tailors are basically workers. They have no profession of their own, so they take odd jobs. Given that he's only 90 to hire, he's probably pretty raggedy. Remar is 130 and he has a weapon. We're going to hire Remar and add him to the line. He is athletic. That's good. Builds up 2 less fatigue for each tile traveled. And he has double grip, which means he does extra damage. And he's loyal. So this is a good person here. Let's take a look in the store and see if maybe we can find him a better weapon for chump change here. Let's sell those. Normally, I wouldn't spend all my money like this, but really? Come on, man. Not a single thing except for the knife he started with. Well, that's not good. That's not good. Got 85. Hate to do it, but I'm going to sell the food so I can buy him a weapon. They're not going to be happy about that. $71 will get us some grain. So the quality of the food has gone down, but they will eat. Though payday's going to be a bummer. All right, let's go. Follow these guys. Hopefully we have enough to take them down, and hopefully we won't engage them until we get into open ground. There we go. Go, go, go. They're headed for the swamp. Not the swamp. No. There they are. All right. So the issue is Swamp is like the worst possible ground that you can fight on. Don't be a bastard. Really? Get out of the swamp. What's wrong with you, man? Playing in swamps. Does your mother know about this? All right, we also don't want to fight him at night, so we're just going to follow him slow in hopes that we can engage them outside of the swamp during daylight. Now they're headed for the forest. Okay, wait, which way is he going? He's going that way. What the Sam hell? Going back the way they came. All right, get them. Come on, go. Once we're out of the swamp, we should catch up with them. There they are. Here we go. You catch a group of brigands lugging your employer's property around. They seem shocked that you have found them here, and no time is wasted trying to parley. They arm themselves, and you order the dead rabbits to charge. 2 arms. And we have mini brigand thugs. All right. So, let's go over a little bit about the combat screen here. Up here, it will tell us each of the various events as they happen, so we can keep track of it. Here are the enemy. If they're facing to the left, they are hostile. If they're facing to the right, they are the good guys. Whoever's turn it is, we will know because they'll be first in line here down below, and they basically go in the sequence that they're laid out here based on their initiative. And once they've done their action, they'll disappear to the left, and the next guy will come up. We will have whatever their available actions are. This allows us to end the turn of the individual themselves. This allows us to end the round for all of our guys, and this allows us to have them wait. And so what we're going to do, we're going to select Spear Wall. And what that means is that if somebody tries to jump into the space in front of him, he will use his spear defensively to drive them back. He may or may not succeed. And then we're going to have him wait. This fellow here, there's nothing he can do at this point, so we're just going to have him wait. Same thing here. And here. And here they come. And we're going to have him wait. So up here we have the ability to center the camera. This will allow us to go up and down levels, because see, we can have raised terrain. This will allow us to remove trees so that they're not interfering with our view. And this will show or hide blocks that we cannot enter. And this will show or hide hit point bars. Normally I don't bother with that. And then we have retreat from combat, which is an automatic process. And then we have the regular menu. All right, we're going to step forward a step and let him have it. Hassan, chop. Nicely done. Now, you'll notice at the back of each of the characters, there's a little white thing here. That is actually a flag on a stick. And if it has the unit's image, like here, showing the blue flag like that, that shows degrees of confidence. If it's showing white, that's degrees of fear. And if that flag ends up all the way up so that it's fully unfurled, the character enters a panic state and will flee. If it's a player, they will be beyond the control of the player and they will run until they decide to stop running. If you are engaged with someone, in other words, you're in a hex adjacent to them and they're an enemy and you attempt to flee, they get a free shot on you. Costs no stamina, costs no anything, just good old-fashioned. You get smacked whether you like it or not. And we're just gonna. These are the guys that I had wait. Have him step up and take a swing. He missed. You step up. This fellow has a shield, which is not good. But we got past his shield. That's a bit of a surprise. Character's this low. And you come here. Take a swing at him. Got the smack. And you step up here, and because he can reach 2 hexes with his fork, nicely done. We got lucky he missed. All right, Spear Boy. Get on up there and see what you can do. Oh, he missed. Ow. Well, that's it for him. No coming back from losing your head. He put him down. He's got his second strike available, so we'll swing on this guy. Here we go. So this is a knockout blow. Basically, it stuns the opponent and makes it impossible for them to work the next round. But he missed. It's a normal shot. And our fellow with the fork, we'll have to move him down one. Good hit. There we go. And I want you headed up there. See if we can knock him. Nope, missed. Try again. And missed. You move down to there. And put him down so you start moving up that way. Good stab. We got very lucky there. He raised his shield, which means we're more likely than not just going to hit his shield each time. All right. Step up, and we have a special attack. The split. It'll reach 2 full squares. We killed the first guy, and we scared the crap out of the second guy. Stick him. Nope, with his shield up, it's going to be hard to get to him. Come on down here. Hit him from behind. No. All right. So because this fella has taken off, we're going to pursue him. And I think, yeah, we'll take off after him with M2. Good hit. Come on, bud, you can do it. Nope. Keep going. Trying to get close enough to hit him. Probably not going to happen. But I really want his armor. Keep after him. There we go. Everybody head that way. Yeah, he's going to escape, I think. Well, they're not officially retreating yet. He's scared and he's running, but they're not officially retreating. Once they officially retreat, if they pass the border with the little white marks, there we go. All right, so we did lose Bruno the Tepid. Not a surprise. He was awfully weak, awfully weak. But we should see some loot out of this. So we got a decent pile of weapons. No armor, but we're gonna. The battle is done, and the Idol of Fertility was easy to find amongst the corpses of your enemies. You should probably return it to Elmer of Tabermus for your just reward. All right, we're gonna come up here, and we're gonna see what we can do about improving these guys' situation. Ooh, he's got a crushed finger. That's not good. All right, we're gonna give him a shield, and we're gonna give him a shield. He's gonna get a buckler. Very nice. That's the spear that belonged to our other fellow. And we've got a pickaxe, which does 15 to 30 damage. A wooden flail that does 10 to 25. We've got some daggers that do 15 to 35, which a proper dagger is actually a pretty scary weapon in the game, as it should be. And it's 20 to 35. So what they've got currently in hand are decent weapons. We're going to hold on to that. This fellow here, Gessel here, the artisan, has a little yellow arrow next to him. It means he's ready to level. I am likewise going to give him Pathfinder. That will allow him to move more easily over the terrain. A lot of people would start out by giving him Colossus, those extra hit points. But I like to start out with Pathfinder because mobility in combat makes a big difference. Not only getting your guys into place, but also getting them away. And so the biggest problem we have right now is the mashed finger that he has. Crushed finger, an unlucky hit crushed a finger, making it painful to maintain a firm grip. Minus 5% melee skill, minus 5% range skill, and is content for now being in reserve. The 10th row here, that's the reserve row. That's where we basically store extra troops, is what it comes down to. But we can't have extra troops because of the scenario we took. Wilhelm can have a maximum of 12 men, period. Normally, you'd be able to have 12 men working up front here and then several in reserve, and we just can't do that. What we really need now is find a town with a temple so that we can get some healing assistance. For our fellows. So there's our 370 crowns as promised. And there is no temple here. Edmund, yeah, the only guy we've got available is Edmund. He's a day tailor. With no steady work, Edmund is known as a day tailor, someone to ask whenever an extra hand is needed. There was little work to be had these past weeks, so a traveling mercenary company seems a good opportunity to earn some coin. He's so cheap that we're going to hire him just for a warm body to fill a slot. Go to the stash, and what do we got here? Club-footed, afflicted with a club foot as a child. This character still has a harder time walking than most. Builds up 2 more fatigue for each tile traveled, so we don't want him running around. It will make him more and more tired. 25 to 30, 15 to 30, 10 to 25, 15 to 35. We're going to go with the spear for him for the moment. And that leaves us with 299 left over. We're getting low on food. And there's no inexpensive food. Well, there's some roots and berries. We'll grab those, I guess. We're going to hold on to these weapons for now. And that's about the best I can do at the moment. Okay, so on the morning of day 2, you'll be asked to choose a focus for your group. When you accomplish whatever the goal is, it will raise your reputation significantly, improve the mood of your men, and other such things. Sitting and jesting with the men while they check their kit, hone their blades, and mend their armor, your mind wanders off to thinking about new ideas for improving the company and its reputation across the lands. What is your conclusion? What do you tell the men? Let's see. So our first choice is we need allies. Forging a bond of friendship and trust with one of the towns will get the company better prices, more volunteers, and more steady work. The second is let's set out into the wilderness, discover the unknown, and plunder it, be it a wizard's tomb, goblin camp, or aught else we may find. One is quick but painful. The other is slow but comfortable. And I think what we'll do set out into the wilderness and look for a camp. We won't get to that for a bit yet. We've got to do some jobs, build up our men, build up our equipment, and our money. We're going to zip up here to Grunenbach. Looks like a pretty small town. And terrified villagers. The villagers here are terrified of unknown horrors. Fewer potential recruits are to be found on the streets, and people deal less favorably with strangers. Yeah, see, prices. Actually, that is a darn good price for that bludgeon. What I'm hoping for is a cheap shield of some sort. There we go. So that we can give that to him. Initially, shields make a pretty big difference. There is, unfortunately, no temple here. Let's see what kind of job. Probably hunting monsters. Diethelm the Guildmaster settles down into his chair, laughing to himself as he does it. Don't be alarmed, sellsword. They say ghosts are afoot. Yes, yes. The local peasants are poisoning my morning with constant talk of ghosts and goblins. They say that these supposed creatures are turning the cemetery upside down, raiding the graves to enlarge their army or some such nonsense. Obviously, it's just the work of some spade-wielding men intent on robbing graves for jewelry. I've seen it before. He looks down at his hands, briefly chuckling. Anyway, I can't just let it rest because these peasants won't get off my back about it. So to ease them, there's you. I need you to go to the cemetery and clear out any troublemakers you find. How you do that's up to you, but I'll go ahead and suggest a good steal, if you know what I mean. All right, so this is an interesting one because this could equally be a few bandits that are robbing graves and spooking the locals, or it could be the undead. It could be skeletons, it could be zombies, it could be ghouls, it could be vampires, it could be dream beasts. They all have names in German, so Wiedergangers, for instance, are the zombies. He gesticulates with his hands, pointing at his fingers as if counting something, but it means nothing to you. Judging from experience, this is good payment for the task. You are to receive 520 crowns when the contract is done. We're going to take the deal, and we're going to hope that it's bandits instead of undead, because if it's undead, they may have a necromancer with them, which makes life really, really bad at this low level. Pause this and see where we're going. We're going all the way over here, huh? How are we doing here? We'll have food for the trip over, but not food for the trip back. But we're going to have to do it. Speed things up. Hold on. I would like to not just walk in and attack. Okay. We're going to camp and wait for first light. Fighting the undead at night is not a good thing. And we're going to slowly tick through our food. There we go. Sun is coming up. We have not saved the game yet, so let's go ahead and save the campaign. Dead rabbits. Okay. Resume. Let's see what we got. Oh, these are ghouls, properly known as Nachtdrassers. Tombstones fall over as a group of, or Nachtzerers, I always call them Nachtdrassers for some reason. Nachtzerers clamber over them. They appear to have been something of a feast, a few of them still gnawing on this arm or that leg, presumably the limbs of your supposed grave robbers. Okay, so there were real grave robbers, but Nachtzerers have come for them. Now, Nachtzerers are ghouls. They're supernatural beasts. They start out in a basic form that looks roughly like an ape. If they eat a dead body, they evolve to the second form, which they begin to grow some horns and bigger teeth. If that one then eats a body, it takes on the ultimate form, which is really big, lots more horns, lots more teeth, and can literally swallow you whole. Oh, let's hope that it's young ones. or we are in deep, deep trouble. Okay, so there's 5 of them. There's 3 young ones, 4 young ones, 5 young ones. Okay, we can do this. I want you to get in a defensive posture and then wait. I want you to just wait. You're going to raise your shield. So this is shield wall. Shield wall is very useful because it grants plus 15 defense against melee and ranged weapons. And if you have 2 people with shield wall side by side, it gives them even more benefits. And quite frankly, I should have these 2 shield bearers next to each other. And that was just an oversight on my part. We'll have him wait, and have him raise his shield. There we go. And have him wait. You can't do shield wall with a buckler, only with a big shield. We're going to have him wait. All right, and they are not going to advance, so we need to close out the round. There we go. See, he tried to advance, and he used that spear defensively because of spear wall. And they can try up to 3 times. All right, you just hold your ground, men. Hold your ground. Raise your shield and hold your ground. Get that spear point back out and hold your ground. Raise your shield and hold your ground. I'm going to have him step forward and use split. Split strikes in a straight line for 2 hexes. Nice. You, sir, need to just stay where you are. Stick him. Good job. Give him a bump on the noggin. Good job. And you hold your ground. He's going to eat the body. He's going to eat the body. And grow. Stick him. Good job. I want you to hold your ground. Get your shield up, but hold your ground. You hold your ground. You get your shield up and hold your ground. Because... oh, okay, we're too tired to use any of our specialized swings. That's too bad. So we're just going to put this fella down. There we go. He's got ability to do a big old swing that hits multiple opponents, and that's what I was going to kick off against these 2, but unfortunately, not happening. He missed. Want you out here. You begin moving in on him from behind. You step in there. Yep. All right. So he ate the body. So that not only healed him, but it strengthened him, made him more powerful. So you step forward, put him down. You step here. See if you can stun him. Missed. Oh, he's bleeding too, which is not good. You can come around to there. Stick him. Good job. Stick him again. Even better job. I'm going to have him hold so that our swordsman can step up and let him have it. Good hit. And so basically this object right here keeps us from being able to pass through that space So he's unfortunately going to have to pass. Damn it. Bastard. Good hit. Finish him. All right. Oh, he survived. So Gisselhair, the artisan, survived. That's great. The reduced cost of movement really played an important part in this battle because they were able to move around freely and keep the pressure on at all times. 3 of them have leveled. That's fantastic. And, so we did manage to find some loot in the graves, and we've got some jagged fangs. If we find a taxidermist, we can convert pieces, parts that we pull off of monsters into various useful things. Or we can just sell them for a profit. All right, well, let's take it all. So we made 90 gold on that. Very nice. All right, and let's get these guys leveled. So first is Rymar. Go to the perks. And again, I'm going to give him Pathfinder. Mobility first. And as usual, it'll be melee skill, melee defense, and then usually whichever number is lower between hit points and resolve. So we're going to raise his resolve because right now he will run at the drop of a hat. This fellow here, again, going to give him Pathfinder. And melee skill, melee defense, and resolve. And then this fellow. He doesn't need Pathfinder quite so much, but we're going to give it to him anyway. Being a rear rank fighter, there we go. So melee attack, melee defense, and resolve. So they've just gotten a little braver, a little better at fighting. He has a grazed neck and a broken elbow. Wow. He has a cut arm, and anytime you see the red cross, it means they have light wounds. It usually takes a day to heal those. So we're going to head back and get paid, but we have really got to find someplace with a temple. Let's double time it. And get our monies. Bang. Very nice. No longer has terrified villagers, which means there will actually be more people for hire here and prices will be better in the marketplace. We're just going to go ahead and sell these teeth, and we're going to buy some grain. Ooh, baby, big old woodcutter's axe. Here is a shield. Getting them upgraded from a buckler to a proper shield is an important step. That's good. And we're going to arrange all our people that have full-size shields together in a rank so that they will get the benefits of doing shield wall next to each other. But man, we have got to find a temple. So we came from Tabenmus and Groningen Festi. Let's go to Windwacht. We might get jumped on the road. Double time it. Thank you. But this will open up some more of the map. Get us some... Ooh, don't like going through the woods at night. There could be giant spiders, goblins, all kinds of nasty things. But it does mean we'll arrive right around daylight. Interesting that they've decided to totally cross-country this. Normally they'll take the roads if they can. Yeah, there's giant spiders right there. Go, 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 gentlemen, go. Get on in here. This is a medium-sized town. And they don't have a temple. Damn it. No tavern to make them feel happy. We're doing good for food. little low on healing, but it's almost 300 for a dose of healing. I'd much rather spend that money on this shield and get him sorted out with a proper shield instead of a buckler. And we're going to see who is here to be hired. So there's Wilhelm for 410. He is a shepherd. He has a sling staff. Magnus is way too expensive. Rambert. What are you, Rambert? Rambert is a vagabond. Vagabonds are used to long travels, but don't excel in anything in particular. I'm not interested in spending 170 for a vagabond. Usually, their life has beaten them up pretty bad. And while they certainly make cannon fodder, I'd rather not. I'd rather have a farmer or a day-tailer or a brawler, a fisherman, practically anything other than a vagabond. And no jobs here. So what we're going to do is pause and look for the next nearest town. We'll come down here to Westinghouse. Double time. Get on them so we can follow it. And more web knocks. Boy, they are all about the web knocks. All right, so rebuilding effort. In an effort to rebuild the nearby brewery, building materials are in high demand and low supply. Local holiday. A local has the people in a generous mood. Time for food and drink. And ambushed trade routes. The roads leading here are unsafe of late, and many a caravan has been ambushed and plundered. With a little successful trade, the selection of goods is lower and the price is higher. But there is a temple. And it's been too long. There's nothing we can do to assist. Hopefully no one is permanently crippled. By God, we got lucky. None of them came out of it crippled. He still has some light wounds, needs about a day. He's got that broken elbow joint, which is in the process of healing. But unfortunately, there's nothing we can do to accelerate it now. It might. Yeah, minus 20% melee skill, minus 20% range skill, minus 30% melee defense. A broken elbow that never fully healed hinders all movement of the arm and severely reduces combat effectiveness. Ah, man. Dude. We might have to put you in the rear line with a fork. It was too late. Might have to retire him, which is a damn shame. All right, so we've got some people here. He is a tailor. Casimir is a beggar. Gottfried is a miller, and he's a miller. There's a day tailor. We're going to hire Mattis. And we're going to see if they might have a military fork here. Yes, they do. How bad is it? 125, kind of pricey, but what we're going to do in an effort to recover this whole situation is we're going to pull his shield and bludgeon, and we're going to give him the fork so he can fight from the rear line. And we're going to fix this guy up with the previous guy's gear. $277. We could probably manage to hire one other person. So different kinds of weapons have different advantageous things they can do. So for instance, a pick can be used to specifically destroy armor. So you got a guy who's got a really good helmet on, you can use the pick to destroy his helmet. hatchets and axes can be used to destroy shields, as well as some other weapons can do the same thing. Gonna sell this dagger, and we're gonna see. All right, Volmar the Quick. We're gonna hire him. Get one more man in that front row. So a wooden flail can go over a shield to attack the opponent's head. Unfortunately, it's 10 to 25, which means its average spread is going to be about 15 points. This is 15 to 30, so that's an average spread of about 25 points. But the dagger, 15 to 35, about the same. Well, let's give him that. And I'm going to give him the dagger. Now, the dagger's only at 35%, which means as soon as we exit things, we're going to start using tools and supplies to repair it. We do not have the money right now to buy more tools and supplies. There's 300 here. We're okay on food. Bit low on bandages for healing. All right, we've got two possible jobs here. One of these is probably going to be fighting webnacks, and the other one is probably going to be fighting mercenaries. We are going to get everybody a drink just to improve their mood. We can buy drinks for the locals. It's useful if you're looking for a wilderness POI to attack. They'll go, yeah, rumor has it that there's this old place out in the woods northwest of here. But right now, that doesn't do us really any good. So let's see what this one is. Okay. As you take stock of your inventory, a rather well-to-do man spots you and heads your way. He announces himself as being in the employ of Hanke, the councilman, an influential person in the Weissen house that wishes to talk business. You hand your duties over to Halston and let the man lead the way. Hanky, the councilman, kicks his feet up on his desk, knocking an empty goblet over. The peasants are at it again, bugging me. They say the brewery outside of Westinghouse has been destroyed. I don't ordinarily take the fools at their word, but a few of my councilmen seem to have confirmed the news. So now I got to do something about it. He swings a finger at you, smiling as he does. That's where you come in. Go to the brewery, kill these unruly vagabonds, and report back to me. How's that sound to you? Sounds easy enough. He's paying 50 crowns in advance and 210 when the job is done. So odds are is this is going to be a very simple fight. What we're going to do is we're going to accept the offer, and then we're going to say, I need some time to think about this. That will allow us to see what the other one is about. Brigands have been taking off with precious livestock. They come in the night, the brigands and cut the bells to make off quiet-like. I'm sure livestock aren't important to you, but one calf, one cow, one bull, that's a fortune to some people around these parts. So the other day I had a lad follow the animal tracks out of town, and now he's told me exactly where those brigands are. As I'm sure you could guess, I don't have men to spare to take these vagabonds on, but crowns I am not short on. If I were to cross your palm with copper, would you be willing to cross these brigands with steel? Let's talk money. 520 crowns, I accept your offer. I accept the contract. All right, so this one is still available to us. All right, and we will get to that, but right now we need monies. We do. And so we're just going to pause. Drive the brigands off at ruins of Blackwatch Keep, southeast of Weissenhaus. All Are you freaking kidding me, people? We're going to have to go all the way around, through the mountains, down the coast, through a swamp to get to this. So this isn't big pay for a tough fight. This is big pay for a pain in the butt. Let's go do it. Let's hope the web knocked go their own way. Travel through the night. Hope we don't get jumped on the way. And I want to make sure we stop shy of it so we can save. I normally don't save scum, but sometimes it's just one of those things where things just have such ill luck that you want another round at it, but I'm not going to save. You can't make out who you'll be facing. Attack at your own peril and be prepared to retreat if need be. Engage. Alright, so we have 6 thugs, as noted by the quality of their armor and weapons. Alright, hold your ground. So you can see that dude with the dagger, he has a special attack called Puncture. A well-placed attack at the opponent's armored weak spots ignores all armor but is harder to hit with and cannot land critical hits for additional damage, nor inflict additional damage with double grip. Costs 4 action points and builds up 20 fatigue, as opposed to the normal attack, which is only 7 fatigue. And fatigue is a huge part because you burn through your stamina, then you can't attack. All you can do is stand there and get hit. Alright, so you go ahead and wait. You wait. Raise your shield and go spear wall. Raise your shield. They're trying to circle around and get on this high ground here to gain a 10% advantage. Cleavers are scary. They can cut your head off. You wait. Shield up. Shield up. Not where I wanted him. But that's alright. We can fix that. Because this fellow has rotation, which means I can select him and swap with him. And now they'll get their shield bonuses. You hop up there, bud, because we do not want them to have that advantage. You move up one. You go to there. You move up one. You move up one. This is just going to make sure we can take advantage of that high ground. This is the guy. He's scary because that axe is scary business. I'm hoping we get that axe from him. And he's scary because he can decapitate with that. He's kind of scary too because that's a reinforced flail that can go over shields. But alright, so thankfully he missed. Stick him in. Good job. So even though he's new to our ranks, that 10% bonus he gets by being up on that elevated ground really makes a difference. See if you can stick him a second time. Nicely done. So we've got 3 lines here. One is basically our head armor. The next one in the middle is our body armor. And the one below is our actual health. Just in case you're wondering what those lines are about. You are not close enough to stick anybody, so hold your horses. You too. These guys are being pretty cautious. I am scared of that Axeman. Let's see if we can stun him. Oh, and he missed. I'm better raising that shield, quite frankly. You raise your shield and wait. Hold. hold the line. Want him to move up one step. Now you'll notice the little white flag pop up. So that made him nervous because he's got multiple opponents in front of him. I need you to step up one and see if you can stick him. Good job. You move up one and stick him. Nicely done. Yeah, he's got that buckler. That makes it tough. I'm going to have you step up next to him, create a little advantage. Got a good hit on him. Stick him, bruh. Good job. So basically the majority of his armor is gone now. See? Well, it's all gone. So now any hit is going to do absolute damage. Excellently done. That pitchfork can reach 2 spaces, so that makes him scary. And somebody was just put down in our ranks. Bastard. Ah, you missed. Not a surprise considering. He's the one that's got that permanent broken elbow. Ooh, that hurt. If that Axeman follows up on him, he's dead. Good hit. Hit him again. All right, now I'm going to have him step up. And he's going to use his split attack, which will attack both of these. Oh, and dude, that's bad news. Finish him off. He can't move to here because if he moves, this guy gets a free attack, unfortunately. So we'll see if we can get past his buckler. And we managed to. Hit that Axeman. There you go. Good business. All right. Oh, that hurt. Damn you. Damn your eyes. Put him down. Oh, you missed. Come on, put him down. There you go. Now just hold your ground. This fellow needs to move. They're going to get a free swing at him when he moves. Yep, and they hit him. Damn it. Okay, he's not going to be able to get out of there. There's a circular attack this guy can use, but if I use it, he's going to get hit. At least he got his shot in. Come on, get past. There you go. One more. Good job. Excellent hit. He has the ability to break shields, and if this guy was more skilled or had a bigger shield, I'd have struck to break his shield. I want to just hold your ground. Yeah, you are beat pretty damn bad, and if he takes one more hit, he's going to run. So I'm going to have him hold his ground. He's bleeding too, which is not good. We got to finish this fool off. Go there. Oh, he's backing off. That's actually not good because we've got somebody who's bleeding. Move in. You can do it. And he managed to block that one. All right. Well, step to there. Stick him. Good job. You stay put. The enemy retreats. We're gonna let him go. And Reimar survived, but we did lose Mattis. Mattis was somebody who had just joined the company. Let's look at the loot. Oh, there it is. Woodcutter's axe. It is an extremely useful weapon. We did get a little bit of tools and supplies. We got some ammunition, a few crowns, There's the shield that belonged to our fellow who died. All right, well, we'll take it all. Nobody leveled. I think we're going to take Volmar the Quick. Let's see, 55, 51, 52. I'm looking at the melee skill here. 51, 72. So yeah, he's the right choice. We're going to hand him this double-handed axe. He's going to become a shield breaker. And somehow he lost his shield. I'm not sure how that happened. So these three will get the benefit of being next to each other with the shields. He will be good for breaking the enemy's shields, and he'll be good for breaking the enemy's shields, and these two will cover the back line. Good enough. Oh, actually, one person did level. Edmund leveled. I'm going to give Edmund Colossus. That's 25% extra hit points, because Edmund is a little squishy at 53. That's 53 after we just gave him additional hit points. So we're going to raise that a little bit more, and then his melee skill and his melee defense. There we go. Away we go all the way back to Wessenhouse. And speed up time. And hope it jumped on the way back. Because we're pretty banged up and we get jumped on the way back, we are going to lose men. There are our 520 crowns, and it's nighttime, so nothing is active except for the tavern. We're going to give these guys a drink for a job well done. We're going to leave, and we're going to camp. Wait for first light, and it speeds up the healing as well as the repair. Though we're really low on supplies for both of those. Hop on in there. And so you can see we've still got this other contract available. Go to the temple and you can see Adamar has a broken nose that needs healing. Rymar has a ripped ear that needs healing. And Volmar has a ripped ear that needs healing. So that ate up a lot of our money, but there will be no permanent damage, so it won't affect them in combat. Yeah, wow. The choice of troops here is very, very poor. Casimir, after being released from a lord's dungeon where he spent countless years chained to a wall, Casimir found himself on the streets spending what little coin he had to drink the days away. Years have passed and took a toll on his health by now. So yeah, he's going to be frail, which means he'll be more susceptible to poison. Just in general, he's gonna be a rough choice. So we're gonna take Hilmar. Much as I hate to, Hilmar was the son of a knight. That's interesting. All right, Hilmar, you get on this end. We've got this guy and this guy. 20 to 35, so the damage range is relatively consistent. We'll give him a buckler, and we will hope. I mean, he's got 56, so he's got a knack for melee. But he's also got a 2-star bonus to his hit points, which means the first time he levels, we'll be able to bump his hit points up fairly nicely. But now comes the tough part, because we need tools, and we need healing. In fact, there is no healing here. This is for stopping bleeding in combat. This isn't for healing out of combat. And we're down to 1 point for healing. Oh, geez. That is bad. Bad times all around. I'm going to sell the knife, that, and this. We're going to hold on to 2 bucklers, a dagger, the flail. Going to sell the bludgeon. Yeah, we'll do it that way. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to dump these. At this moment, we need the money to repair our gear more than we need anything else. 327 is about average, and that basically was every penny we had. This is a 2-skull. 2-skull. Let's see. A hooded man gestures you to follow him. Nervously looking over his shoulder, he leads you to the back room of a local tavern. Before addressing you, he takes his time to peek out the windows, probably looking for anyone eavesdropping. A figurehead by the name of Honky the Councilman wishes to see you. He's a man of some repute in this town, so you understand my discretion. He slides a paper towards you. There are directions written on it. It's a package delivery. Honky the Councilman shoves a sizable crate into your hands before he or you even says a word. Look at that. The cargo I need delivering has already found someone to ship it off. What wonder? He drops the theatrics. I need that taken to Grunenbach, where a man by the name of Edmund the Steward is waiting for it. It may look small, but I'm willing to pay good crowns to be sure it gets there safe and sound. You interested, or is it a little too heavy for your arms? How many crowns are we talking about? 330. I'm going to ask him for some money up front. I need payment in advance. No, do not push me too far. You are to receive 330 crowns when the contract is done. We need money in advance. No way, he shouts, bursting with anger. It's 330 crowns when the contract is done. We need payment in advance. My patience has limits too, and I think I'm wasting my time here. We won't risk our lives for such meager pay. It's not a matter of meager pay. It's a matter of we need a little money up front. All right, so we've already talked to this guy. It's 50 crowns in advance and 210 on completion. I'm going to accept the contract just because that'll cover at least one payday while we're on the road. All right. Secure the ruined brewery near Weishausen. Right here. In we go. You find a bandit just outside the brewery. He's carrying the body of a peasant, which is about good evidence. Is about good of evidence. English as a second language. As you need to kill him and all his friends, you order your men to attack. Some brigands. They have war dogs. Okay, we got to take the war dogs down fast. The war dogs aren't wearing armor. That's good. Hold your ground. This is going to interfere with them. So, you, sir, step right over here and give that dog a whack. Stick him. Ooh, he dodged it. Thankfully, there's very few of them and they're poorly armed. All right, dog is down. That is important because they can really tear you up. you gotta watch yourself. Raise your shield, hold your ground. Raise your shield and hold your ground. Step forward. Group swing. Nicely done. Take that dog down. Sorry, dog. Nothing personal. He's got a cleaver. That's not good. Step up, hold your ground. Step up, hold your ground. Step up, stick him. Missed. Holy crap. Wow. Okay. Chuck you, Farley. A little something to think about there, pal. That's for hurting my friend. Raise your shield and hold your ground. Let him come to us. Let's see. We're going to do shield split. That will make it easier to hit him. Hold your ground. There we go. See if he runs or not. I'm just going to have everybody hold. There he goes. Yep. And we'll get after him because that'll keep him moving. Threading our way around these obstacles. And he retreats. Let him go. Yeah, we did lose Edmund. Well, he managed 3 kills. But we just got some Gambesons and some more shields. As rough a fight as there can be, you gather the men and ready to return to Hank the councilman. Let us get our frontliners sorted with this stuff. And he is wearing sackcloth, so we'll give him the linen tunic for now. And he leveled. Because he does not carry a shield now, we're actually going to give him Colossus, which is plus 25% hit points. And then we'll raise melee skill, melee defense, and hit points. That just buffed him very nicely. Yes, Gesselhair. We are going to give Gesselhair Gifted. That is going to give him an extra level over on this side. So, melee skill, melee defense, and health. And for a second level, melee skill, melee defense, and resolve. There we go. Not too shabby. We're going to head back into Westinghouse. Hank the councilman sits back as you enter. I take it by your return that the brewery has been cleared. Yes, you confirm that what the man wants to hear. He seems happy, though your job is not yet finished. Hank the councilman wants you to take a gang of workers back to the area to help rebuild and resettle it. Once they're safe and sound, return to him for payment. That shouldn't take long. Bastard. I have to fix Reimar's leg, and we can't because we've only got 50 crowns, and it's going to cost 130 to fix his leg. So take them over and deliver them. There we go. The builders thank you for getting them to the brewery safe and sound. Then they turn and begin work, spreading out among the location and turning their hands to what tools are about them. The snicker, snacker, and snoring ha of hammers and saws echo behind you as you leave to return to Hank the councilman. Away we go. Get over there. Give me my money. 210 crowns. Okay, and unfortunately, we're going to have to spend the majority of it to fix Reimar's leg, which means we're left with 78 crowns and no work to be had. Rough times, my brothers, rough times. But I'm hoping that this has given you a good idea of what Battle Brothers is like. Things get far more excitable as the game goes on. If I receive a positive response for you guys, I might make this a series, every few days. I doubt I'd do a daily on it. But with that, we're going to leave the dead rabbits to their further adventures. And like I said, give me a positive response. Let me know in the comments whether you'd like it or not. Let me know in the comments whether you hate it or not. But either way, let me know whether you want to see more of it. I will see you guys in the next one. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Battle Brothers, where we are following the adventures of the dead rabbits. I got enough of a response to the video that I decided I'm going to keep going with the series for a bit, see where their adventures take them. Light my combat cigarette. And we need to get these guys someplace where there is work available, and I will tell you, that's easier said than done. Let's look over here. Windwalked is a medium-sized city and might have something decent going on, but everything else is so far away that it's really kind of our only choice as to where to go. In our last episode, the Dead Rabbits, our mercenary company, came out the other end of things a little broke and a little beat up, and no contracts here. Wow, we've only got 5 food, we've only got 78 coins, and that means that by the time we get where we're going, we're probably going to have people abandoning the group. Let's see, I think Gronenfest is also owned by a noble. Yep, so there'll be no work available here because we haven't impressed the nobles yet. Grunenbach is relatively small, and Tabenmoos is relatively small. Probably the quickest one is actually going to be Tabenmoos because we can take the road all the way there. So let's head for Tabenmoos. Away we go. Double time, focus on our guys, and hope we don't get jumped along the way. We're traveling through wilderness for the first portion of this. There could be giant spiders, there could be undead, there could be orcs, goblins, witches, ghouls, vampires, all kinds of nasty things out in the world. Not to mention brigands who will jump us on the road. All right, go, go, go. We're almost going to hit payday here. And by God, we made it with a few coins in our pocket, out of food, and not enough money to buy food. So, going to have to sell a couple of things, I think. Let's look at our crew of ne'er-do-wells. Let's give him a proper shield. And we're going to have to sell the rest of this stuff to ensure that we can buy food. We're going to hold on to that shield. That's important. There we go. Buy them some grain. And let's see what kind of job they got for us here. You step into Walram of Tabenmoos's room, and he shoves a map in your face. There are parts of this world man still has yet to find and chart into his maps. I'm looking for ancient graveyards southeast of here, at or near the region of ancient cairns. That's about all I know of it, but I do know it exists. So you go and you find it for me, and you'll be properly rewarded. What does it pay? Rest assured that what I'm offering you now is a fine prize for your work. You'll get 300 crowns when the contract is done. Actually, that is a pretty healthy payment for just going and spotting a location. I accept your offer. Ancient graveyard, southeast, around the region of ancient cairns. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to pop on out of here. And let's see, there's ancient cairns. They said southeast. I would expect it to be either right here or maybe right here. I don't know. We'll see. What we're going to do is angle down to here. As we travel looking for this place, we may run into mysterious strangers who will give us information. Nothing there. Nothing there. Let's try over here. Possibly there or there. No? Oh, there it is. Okay. Time to head back. So we found the place here. Unknown garrison, but it's probably undead. We hates them precious. All right. Back to Tabenmus. That is a quick and easy 300 crowns. Bam. Step inside. We're at 327. We are in dire need of medical supplies. And 188 is a pretty doggone good price for medical supplies. Usually they run around 350. So I can be happy with that. That leaves us 139 coin, which is not a lot, but we at least have our feet back under us. We've got food. Could use a lot more food. And unfortunately, it's going to be roots and berries. They won't last long, but they'll last. We need another member of our party, but we just can't afford it as of yet. We'll have to spread out the rear line to cover. And we will hope that our next stop is more productive. Let's see, Grunenbach. Once we get up here, this is all barbarian territory. We run into barbarians, but we haven't been up into this area yet. So we're going to make the trip to Grunenbach and hope we can get a job there, and hopefully that'll cover us financially to make our way farther north. They do have a job here, and when you look at the job and you want some indication of what the job may be about, look at the icons on the right side. So they're doing some rebuilding. Rebuild the nearby gatherer's hut. Building materials are in high demand and low supply, but they have been raided. This place has been recently raided. It suffered damage and has lost valuable goods and supplies, and lives were lost. So this is probably going after bandits. Dust covers Edmund, the steward's table, but there is a spot oddly cleaner than the rest. He gestures to it. That's where my ceremonial staff used to sit. If you couldn't tell, it's gone. You nod. It does appear to be missing. The thieves who took it should be easy to track down. They're good thinkers in the night, those brigands, but they make mistakes aplenty during the day. Footprints, crowns ill-spent. You should be able to track them down with ease. He looks at you with a stern eye. Do you understand, mercenary? I want you to get my property back. I want it placed right here where it belongs, and I want those thieves dead in the mud. Well, let's talk pay. You look able, so I'm willing to pay quite a bit. You're to receive 70 crowns in advance and another 280 when the job is done. 350 is not bad, and as long as we don't have to fight them in the giant-ass swamp, it shouldn't be too bad a fight. I accept your offer. We're just too desperate right now for money to pass it up. That gets us up to 158. We could hire this monk. Well, we wrecked the pious, often traveling away from his church and fellow monks. Wilreich spent years preaching to peasantry in remote villages. One of the few literate men around, Wilreich abandoned his ascetic life to learn more of the world and hopefully to cure that which sickened it. Faith won't cleave a greenskin, but it won't have a man like Wilreich running away from one either. Be 120, we'd come out the other side, still broke as a joke, but at least have a full 8 men. But we're gonna have to pass. Man, I wish I could hire you. but I can't. All right. Follow the tracks northwest of Grunenbach. There are the tracks. Hopefully they will move past the swamp and the forest. If we fight them in the forest, they're going to surround us and ambush us. All right, they're headed west into more forest. Looks like there's probably 7 of them. Where are you going? Go where I point you, please. I don't want to fight them in the forest, damn it. But it looks like they're going to make it happen one way or another. That's it. Come on, open ground. Open ground. I'll fight you at night on the open ground if it means I don't have to fight you in the forest. Damn it. Go. Go, 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 go. Catch them. Yeah, they're moving from forest patch to forest patch. This is going to suck. Damn it. I'm going to see if maybe they hit open ground. And it opens up part of the map. Like there. Okay, now catch them, please. Please, please, please. Go, go, go. Ah. Yeah, they're going to force us to fight in the woods. All right, brigands, just as your employer had thought. They look scared, presumably understanding that Edmund the steward's well-paid wrath is about to descend upon them. And it's brigand thugs. This is going to suck. Oh, okay, by God, we caught some open ground. Now, there's a lot of high ground here, and every step up on the high ground gives a bonus on to hit. So we want to get on this high ground and take advantage of it. So we're going to jump him to there. You hold. They're going to go for the high ground right away, see? Jump up there and meet him. Get your shield up. You go there. You can stay where you are and get your shield up. As long as we keep them from occupying the high ground, that's what matters. So, all right, shield up, hold your ground. Move him back one and hop him up. There we go. That's not bad. That's not bad in terms of an arrangement to deal with these guys. We're even numbers, 7 and 7. So you are going to have to hold on to your horses. I'm surprised he got that hit initially. Wow. The hell? Stick him. And he missed. Yeah, they're trying to take out our axe-wielding maniac in a big hurry. Take his head off. Well, you didn't take his head off, but you sure hurt him. Good hit. Do the same. Good job. Now you, sir. Can't use my circle attack. But I can do that. Missed them both, really? Damn. All right, put him down. Didn't put him down, but certainly put a dent in his head. See if he can finish him. Nope. There we go. Now, this fella's going to jump up there, which means he loses his advantage. He gains a disadvantage. So even though I normally wouldn't do this, I'm going to see... Nope, he doesn't have the action points to jump up there. Bastard. I am going to jack you up because you just stepped in the worst possible place you could. Get your shield up. All right. Good job. I think we put a swing on this other guy. Nope, missed. All right. Come on. That's a little better. All right, so this guy has gone into full panic mode. So we want to make sure we have people within reach of him so that when he runs, we get free swings on him. Good hit. And he's down. All right. Actually, I'm just going to raise his shield. He can't reach him, so jump there. So when he runs, we get a free shot. Take a swing, see what happens. Oh, we got him. All right. So we lost Volmar the Quick. He was with us from pretty early on. Shame to lose him. But we got his axe back. I would rather have him than the axe. After the battle, a man emerges from a tree line, clapping his hands together. I paid those men a great deal of crowns, but it appears I should have paid you. And now that all these skeevy bastards are dead, I can. You tell the man to get to the point before you run him through with the sword. He gestures towards the artifact. I'll pay you 560 crowns for the item. It was what was originally owed to those thieves, plus a little more. What do you say? Edmund the steward won't take kindly to your betrayal, but that is a good bit of money. We paid to return it. That's what we'll do. We keep our word, damn you. Oh, we've got some sort of beasties running through the forest here. Probably webnacks. Could be dire wolves. Let's hope they do not make an appearance. Let's level this fella. So we started out with Pathfinder. We're going to select Gifted because that's going to give us an extra level over here. We're going to raise his melee skill, his melee defense, and his health. And with the second one, melee skill, melee defense, and his resolve, which is basically his courage. Halston has finally leveled. He's at the point that we can do the same exact thing. Give him that perk to get the extra leveling ability. Again, melee attack, melee defense, and resolve. Melee attack, melee defense, and his hit points are at 70, so we're going to hit his resolve again. He should be relatively brave now. And let's make our way back to get paid. Go to double time. It was dire wolves. All right, 280 crowns. But we're back down to 6 men. Dire wolves can be very advantageous to hunt down and kill, because if you kill them and you manage to get their skins, you can take their skins to a taxidermist who will make it into armor for war dogs. And we will eventually get war dogs. We just haven't found any place with a kennel yet. Oh, man. This is rough. I'm going to give you his headscarf. Let's swap those two so we've got all the shields together. And let's see who we have available to hire here. Well, Rick the Pious. I don't know that the monk is going to be a good choice. We don't know what his hidden character traits are. So for all we know, he could be a pacifist or something, you know. We just don't have the money for Eckbert. Yeah, we are going to have to hold where and how we are. I think we're going to head north. We're going to head into barbarian territory and go to Helvicum. Take the road up there. So far, we haven't got any caravan escort missions, which is what I was really hoping we'd run into there. Being kind of the northernmost central settlement, there's a good chance they'd be sending goods north. What's nice about them is that, first of all, it gives you some extra men in your group. And there's no jobs here. But there is a kennel here. There are the war dogs. There are those that are unarmored and those that are armored. And we are just so frickin' broke right now that we can't really afford any war dogs. Horst is a brawler, huh? A hard upbringing by his father and brothers honed Horst into being a temperamental fighter. A lover of the bar brawl, the man has apparently been banned from too many taverns to count. Very low on crowns and barely able to open his broken hands to hug his own son, much less throw a punch. Horst seeks a new career. Yeah, if it says that he can barely open his hands, probably not a good choice. All right, well, we need food, so we're going to buy some grain. That leaves us 286. That'll cover payday while we travel, but man, things are getting rough. Hornguard. We'll go to Hornguard, see what the situation is. And Hornguard is owned by a noble, which means there's no work here. There is a kennel here, though. There tend to be kennels in the north because the barbarians keep dogs. And that's just kind of meh. Okay, well, let's see who we got here. Hotterbrand was a messenger. He's 150. Yeah, just wow. Rough. Every dog pun intended. Schweikoff, Temesti, Finsterwald. Well, that's basically forest the whole way, which is probably not so good. All right, we're going to zoom in and see if we can tell from the buildings what we got up here. Okay, so this is just a regular settlement. That is going to have no work for us because it's a noble's location. And this is a regular settlement. They're about the same distance apart, so if we go up here, then we're going to have a long way to go down to Finsterwald or that. But that's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Let's go. See if barbarians jump us on the road. And went payday. They do have some work. They've got a Fletcher here, so bows and arrows. But again, everything's going to be really expensive. Who'd you got here? Whitekind is a brawler. He's a brawler. A hard upbringing by his father and brothers honed Whitekind into being a temperamental fighter. Although he became an undefeated prize fighter, he was hardly earning enough to get by. Years of martial combat practically destroyed his memory, something he mistook a mercenary camp as an item on his shopping list. Okay. First is a merchant. We're going to see if we can complete this job with the men we have so that we can afford to hire more men. See what the deal is. Okay, they want us to find a location. The Necromancer's hidden chambers. Somewhere at or around the region of Scree Barrows. 300 crowns is pretty respectable for the job. Alright. A man approaches the company. Behind him you spy a couple of poor families staring on. You're not sure if he's their ambassador or not, but either way he comes right for you with a proposition spoken low and quiet. Listen here, sellsword. If you go out and find the Necromancer's hidden chambers, come to us first. The rulers of Schweithof need not bring their greed and lust for power to that place. Leave it to us, all right? We'll pay you well. Before you can say a word, he straightens up and continues on. When you look back down the road, those families are no longer around. Sounds like a setup to me. He's probably a frickin' necromancer. I'll think about it. Alright, so Necromancer's hidden chamber to the east around Scree Barrows. Wouldn't be surprised if it's right in that valley there. You come across an old woman outside of the home of a nobleman. She sizes you up as though she were looking into her own past. Amused, you ask her what it is she wants. The lady smiles. What is it you think you're doing exactly? Wandering the land as a hedge knight, killing and slaying and farking the ladies now and again? Politely you inform her that you are in fact not just some tournament hopper, but a bona fide sellsword. She shrugs and throws her hands to a nobleman's house. And what of it? They'll never accept you. You'll be a fighter. You're out here forever. You only go inside when they let you. This is not a world you can improve yourself in. You are what you are born as. Well, this word is what I make of it. Strange old woman. To the east, near Scree Barrows. We're going to check down here. Speed things up a bit. Check valley. Nada. There it is. Head back. As you head towards Squatchcraft. The stranger comes out to the path. He's the man you talked to before, but this time he has a satchel in hand. You've no reason to tell the rulers of this town where the necromancer's hidden chambers is. Leave its secrets to us. You've no idea what heirlooms and history we have there. For your silence, we're willing to give you this as payment, 410 crowns. Please, sir, accept. I get paid only once if we can get paid twice. You tell the man that you'll keep the location of his familial home a secret. While he celebrates, you go and tell Niles, the trade master, where the necromancer's hidden chamber is. Getting paid by both sides makes for a pretty sweet gig. Catching hate from both, not so much. What did they expect in dealing with the sellsword? Yeah, I'd rather have the money right now. Because we need men. We're going to go Hartbart and Wedekind. We should have what we need to equip them. You are a 55 and you are a 53, so you, sir, are going to get the big old double axe. And you get a shield. Oops. And the spear. And we're probably going to get jumped by a necromancer and a bunch of zombies, a bunch of Wiedergangers as soon as we leave here, but or at least I wouldn't be surprised. All right, food is moderate. Guess we'll see if there's some oats. There we go. Going to sell that. And we got a lot of people who need headgear. Let's see if there's some inexpensive headgear here. 500 left over. As much as I want to buy some headgear, you know what? I'm not going to, because for a change, we're a little bit ahead. And we're going to get the hell out of here before a band of necromancers or something comes after us. And we're going to come on down here to Finsterwald. There were some barbarians. For some reason, they decided not to mess with us, which is really kind of a surprise. Let's hope there's some work here in Finsterwald. There is. We've got ambush trade routes, and we've got disappearing villagers. So one of these is probably related to each. Yeah, big money grip down here. Barbarians and wild men. Well, let's look at this one first. Wilbald the steward got a few dogs at his feet, all tuckered out with their tongues lolling. They've spent the last few days hunting for missing folks that seemingly disappeared to God knows where. He leans down and pets one of the hounds, scratching it behind the ears. Usually a dog would respond to that, but the poor thing barely even responds. The folks don't know what I know, though, which is that people ain't just disappearing, they're being taken. Horrible beasts are afoot, Sellsword, and I need you to go after them. Hell, maybe you'll even find someone or two of the townsfolk, though I doubt it. One of the mutts lets out a long, tired wheeze, almost as if on cue. What's it worth to you? 810 crowns. Ho, 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 ho. What is it likely to be? From the description, I really can't find a nail to hang this on. At 810 crowns, it's going to be substantial, no doubt about that. Probably going to have to fight him in an ambush in the woods. But that would get us that jump ahead that would keep us in one piece long enough to get back to someplace. I'm going to accept the offer, but I'm going to tell him I need time to think about it to see what this other thing is about. A man strums a stringed instrument as you walk by. He slashes an ear-piercing chord, and you turn to find him laughing. Hey, I thought that might fetch your attention. Magnus the Younger said we should keep a lookout for a man of your vocation. If you're looking for work, he's the man to go to. You ask if this figurehead pays well. The man nods. Yep, he gave me this here loot as payment once. Now I'm just waiting for the old devils to come down and challenge me to a tune. Magnus the Younger said if you best one in a game of songs, then they'll give you a golden lute. Now, that's what I call good payment. Wouldn't you agree? The man turns back to the instrument, drawing a mewling tune out of the strings. In the distance, dogs begin to howl. See, Magnus the Younger is looking out a window, dancing a finger along the rim of a drink as he weighs his thoughts. Brigands have been taking off with precious livestock. They come in the night, the brigands, and cut the bells to make off all quiet like. Okay, so this is hunting down some brigands. What are you paying for killing these said brigands? 320, huh? 80 up front, 320 when the job is done, and we'll still have the beast hunt available to us when we return. I accept your offer. See, this will still be available to us, which is nice. All right, wants us to come down and hit them in this location. And let's hope we don't get jumped on the way. There could be barbarians or beasties. And just wanted to make sure we were going to hit this during daylight. In we go. You can't make out who you'll be facing. Attack at your own peril and be prepared to retreat if need be. What do we got? So it looks like we've got a bunch of barbarian thugs and maybe one barbarian raider. Nope, he's a thug too. Okay, good. Thug, and thug. This is good ground to fight on if I can get this knucklehead out of this hole. You go up there. And I think we're going to have to shuffle everybody forward a step. It'll take them 2 rounds to reach us. So by the time they do, everybody should be in position and prepped. Raise your shield. Raise your shield. Step on up. And wait. You hold your ground. Raise your shield. And raise your shield. So all of these guys that have their shields raised will not only get the bonus for raising their shield for shield wall, but for the guys next to them. So not a bad way to get started. And you there. All right, step up. Stick him. Good job. He's at a disadvantage because he has a permanently broken elbow. So he misses a lot. So we got really lucky that he got his first shot in. And he went over our shield with his flail. All right, bud. So we have round swing, but it hits everybody all the way around him. So unfortunately, we can't use that. But we're going to see if we can take this fella down. There you go. Very nice. He really needs some armor. Good stab. Let him have it. And he missed. Try again. Got him. Stick him. Good job. Stick him again. Oh, he missed. See if you can get the decapitation. Come on, one more try. No. Now you, let him have it. Good smack. Again. Another good smack. Thankfully, he's wearing soft armor, and he has a blunt weapon, so it's getting some through. All right. Chop him. Good chop. And I'm actually going to swap locations with that guy, so that way next time I can get a little more effect. Excellent. Done. Good hit. That sucks. No coming back from a decapitation. Good job. Now, raise your shield, or raise your spear just in case this guy tries to move sideways. I doubt he will, but good job. Hop in there. Now, he's in full panic. He should try to run, and all these guys should get a free hit on him. See if we can decapitate him. When they enter a panic state, it's a whole lot easier to hit them, so pulling off a decap like that is not quite so hard. Stun him. Oh, you missed. Stun him. There you go. He's stunned, so he won't be able to act next round. This guy's in panic, and these guys are clear to move up and engage, so we're in good shape. One. Yeah, see, he tried to run, and those two got a free shot on him. There we go. So we've got one guy left here. Finish him. And we lost Whittakind, but we had literally hired him at the last stop, so not a great loss. I mean, it sucks to lose any of my men, but he was our axe-wielding maniac. So we will now need a new axe-wielding maniac, so it's going to be him. And we've got some levels here. We're going to give him... Well, actually, no. I was going to go with Gifted, but I decided to go with Colossus because he took a pretty good smacking. Melee skill, melee defense. He's got mad bonuses in melee defense. That's good. And his resolve, there we go. And going to give him Colossus too. That's plus 25% hit points. Because, yeah, okay. I was going to say, if I remember correctly, he was real low hit points right out of the gate. So getting Colossus plus leveling him, that made a big difference. He's a little more survivable now. But Heartbard originally started out with like 43 hit points or something. It was something really low. Low enough that I remembered, so that's saying something. And you go there. We're going to spread you over one. They've all got light wounds. Thankfully, no major wounds this time around. And back we go. And there. There we go, 320 crowns. And we got in early enough that we were able to actually access. There's the barber. You can change the appearance of your characters with the barber. We're going to go to the tavern, buy everybody a drink. That's just going to ensure we're in good spirits despite the losses. That is some big money right there, bastards. Doing their best to keep us down. Alvar is a wild man. Wild men are used to the hard life of the wild, where only the strong prevail. They are less used to the life of cities, where the astute and deceitful rule. In a time of war, it's not surprising that many once again seek refuge in the wild. Alvar's got the hands of a blacksmith, but the hygiene of a pigsty. One has to wonder if the calamities which chased him into the forest have come to chase him back out again. Wild men tend to be really stout. But, geez, that is just so expensive when we look at what we've got. I think we're going to have to camp a day to heal up. And, oh, I hit the wrong button. Well, we hired him now. All right, Alvar. Damn. Really did not want to spend that money. This is a two-handed flail. So we've got 3 people with two-handers now, which is good. That's a good strong front line, but dang, I did not intend to hire him. I just wasn't thinking, hit the wrong button. Now I'm going to end up having to sell a bunch of this stuff. And all of it is chump change. Well, we've got 151. We got 42 food. We can hold it together, and we got a big payday coming if we complete this job. This is the one that they want us to go hunt down whatever kind of nasties are running off with the villagers. It's going to be something really unpleasant. I doubt it's going to be unholds. That's basically giant trolls. Could be Nexerers, which are the ghouls that can grow stronger if they eat a dead body. They can do it twice. Could be Webknocked, which are night webs, basically is what the name means. They are giant spiders. The thing that sucks about them is they almost always engage you in the woods, coming at you from every direction, and you got all these trees in your ways and stuff. Could be direwolves. Direwolves would not be bad, simply because while they are dangerous, they don't have armor. So they do a lot of damage, but if you hit them, they go down fast. And their hides can be turned into armor for war dogs. And buying a war dog without armor is about half the price of buying a war dog with armor. But we're also going to be dealing with this crap at night. So I accept the contract. Hunt down what terrorizes Finsterwald. Okay, there's the tracks right there. At least we found the tracks. And they're big, which means that this is a sizable group of whatever it is. With 7 of us, there's probably going to be 8 or 9 of them. Could be 7 if we're lucky. Ooh, open ground. All right, Noxerers. So these are the ghouls that can go through the progression. We're going to have to consolidate our position because they're coming in from all sides, 9 of them. We're going to get him up on this raised area. We're going to turn off the trees so that we can tell, but then I'm going to turn on this because it'll show us where we cannot move, which is really important in the current environment we're in. So you stay there. want you to pull back to here. Want you to settle over one. Get your shield up. I want you in the center so you can reach everybody. Gonna move you there. And you there. And that's about as good as we can get in the circumstances. All right, can you stick him? He's got a attack advantage being on raised ground, but he missed anyway. Raise your shield, bring up spear wall. You hold your ground. You hold your ground. You raise your shield and see if you can stun him. Nope, he missed. Hold your ground. Raise your shield and hold your ground. We can't get to this fella here, so we're actually going to... I could swap with him, but we've got like 4 of them coming in this direction, so I think it'd be better to have him hold his position. Very nice. You step that direction one, and you should be able to take a swing at him, but he missed. You hold your ground, hold your ground. Hold your ground, and hold your ground. See, as long as he's able to successfully knock them back, that's good stuff. Oh, he just took a mean shot, though. Excellent. Oh, nope, he missed finally, so they closed the gap. User, better do a good job or we're in trouble. Okay, he's probably dead. And you missed. Damn it. Why did I pay 700 for you if you can't hit a target? There, you stuck him. Good deal, put him down. Good hit. Stick him. He bled out. Son of a bitch. He's going to eat... Well, he's in a panic, thankfully. But this guy's probably going to come over and eat him. And I can't shift his location because this guy's on him. All right, you. I want you to move there. And swap with him. All right. So, oh, come on. Don't even tell me that that dude I just dropped 700 on is freaking dead. All right. Stick him. Oh, and he missed. Okay. Got a good shot in on him. But these guys moved as I hoped they would. This is going to allow him to do a sweep attack and hopefully take out 2 of them. This guy is still in a panic. He's not a threat at the moment. So... Good hit. And it's going to piss me off if he's dead. Missed twice? Come on, brah. Here we go. Sweep attack on these two. That is what I hoped we would have. That set this other guy in a panic. So we've got two of them that are ready to run. And he ran, but we missed. Damn it. Die, you piece of crap. Yeah, this is like bad times. So despite the fact that this guy is in a panic and going to flee, if he tries to move down, he'll get a free shot at him anyway, which I think is bullshit. If he's scared enough to be ready to run for his life, taking free shots doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. But you get down here, he's not going to be able to swing. But we'll... Oh, you're back already, huh? So... a lot just happened here. Oh, you son of a bitch. So, this guy tried to flee, and he was cut down in his tracks. This guy tried to flee, got cut down in his tracks. Then this fellow managed to kill him, jumped up, ate his corpse, and evolved. The guy behind him ended up being taken down by this asshole, and this guy ate a corpse and he evolved. Now, what's scary is we've got another human corpse here, and if he eats it, he's going to evolve another step. So, I unfortunately do not have my arcing attack available, so I'm hoping I can take this fool down, which we managed to do. Close the gap. There we go. And, of course, everybody else is scared to death. So this is pretty much the end of the road here for this whole situation. Yep, he missed. He's going to run. They're going to eat corpses. They're all going to evolve. There he goes. And if one of these manages to evolve to the 3rd level, he will be able to swallow our knight whole. He'll still be alive in there. But, jackass, get the hell back in there. Yep, so he has evolved to the 3rd level, this guy has. He just ate a corpse up there. And here he comes. Good thing you got it. Don't know why my internet is disconnecting again. Son of a bitches. And, nope, all I've got is a straight shot, so at least I hit him. But this is... Now, this Noctrazzer just killed this Noctrazzer. Or Noctzer, whatever the fuck they're called. And this is because he's planning on jumping up here and swallowing his corpse. Or no... I'm sorry, he's planning on jumping up here so that he can come in and swallow this guy whole. Get in here. But, yeah, I mean, we're shot. Don't know if it's going to be a wipe, but either way, we're going to come out of it basically with nothing, so. He's just about destroyed my very expensive armor. Hit him. He's just about destroyed my very expensive armor. We've got a very small chance of coming out of this alive. Yep, and there he went. That's it, it's over, because when that character dies, that's me. That's the end of it. So I have two choices. I can fight it out, and we might have the amusement of seeing this guy swallow him whole, and that's it, game over. Or I could reload the autosave and see if we can come out of it. But I don't want to save scum. I mean, It happened fair and square. We got taken. Yep, and there it is. So it is all over. Everybody is dead. Because while there's some of these guys that might have survived, with the last person going down, the Noctrazers will just kill anybody who's wounded and laying there. So that's the end of it. There we go. And so it ends. Crows circle above as the men of the company lie dead or dying of finally having found their match. The deaths will soon be forgotten, but with no shortage of work for hired swords in this world, there's always the next mercenary band to take their place. And so there you have it, Battle Brothers, a brutal game. Very challenging. I loved every minute of it. I originally did this expecting it to be several recordings, but I think I'm just going to take all of the footage that I've gotten since we ended up having a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I'll just run this as one video, and you guys can watch it or not. But if you enjoyed this, please make sure and comment, like, share, and subscribe. And down in the comments, go, I liked this, please play more of it. Or go, I hate this, it was stupid. Or go, does a goat have a soul? Why is the sky blue? I don't care. Make some comments. I love reading your guys' comments. It truly does make my day. And let me know if you would like to see more Battle Brothers.
It all went wrong. It was an ambush. You are left in command now, with what few men remain. We've done it before, and we'll do it again. We'll make the company known throughout the land. As long as there is blood coursing through our veins, as long as we can hold sword and shield in hand, there shall stand the battle.